I'm not good at it. Hello, my glute obsessed girlies. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a what I eat in a day because it is time to lock back in. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to find your maintenance calories and your cutting calories. I'm going to go through the best foods that you should eat on a cut so it could be sustainable for the long run. And I'll show you some of my favorite meals, including a full chili meal prep recipe that's going to help you so much on your cut. So if you're ready to lock into your fitness goals, then keep on watching. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know that I actually got into a car accident like last week. I'm good. Like obviously I'm good right now. But I ate a lot of food right after because I was like, screw it. I just want to eat as much food as I possibly can. I want to have all my favorite foods. So that's what I did for 2 days. But it is time to log back in and we're going hard on our cut. So I thought it would be a perfect time to take you guys along with me and show you how to actually do a proper cut and to lose a pound a week.
These muffins are the best muffins ever.
Okay, so we're gonna first sit down and we're gonna talk about the technical side of starting a cut. If you're serious about losing weight, you have to track your calories. Like this is the only way that you're gonna accurately lose the weight that you wanna lose, because it really puts into perspective the amount of calories that you're eating per day, and you really start to understand what is in the food that you're eating and how to control your weight, which I think is a skill that everyone should learn and everyone kind of needs to know. So the first thing that I'm going to need you to do is go to this website. I will put the link here, or honestly, any maintenance calorie calculator website. Let's go to the website. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through as if I was trying to find my maintenance calories and my cutting calories on this website. So I am 27 and my height is 157 centimeters, which is 5'1" at half. And then my weight is 52.6 kilograms, which is about 116. So once you put your height and your weight in, you're going to want to choose your activity level. Personally, I'm going to choose daily exercise or intense exercise 3 to 4 times a week, because I'm in the gym basically every day. I do a lot of cardio. I do a lot of HIIT cardio. So I exercise a lot. So that would be my daily kind of exercise. If you maybe go to the gym once in a while, maybe 1 to 3 times a week, choose 1 to 3 times a week. Or if you don't go to the gym at all, you're really new to the gym, you want to do little to no exercise. So this is going to bring you to a page. At the top here, you're going to see your maintenance calories. So for me, my maintenance calories is about 1,900-ish. And what I'm going to want to go by if I want to lose weight is I'm going to want to go by the weight loss, which is about 1,377. So let's say 1,004. For me, 1,004 to 1,003 is a 500 calorie deficit, which is what I want to be in if I want to lose a pound a week. So now to make the cut as easy as possible, all I want you to focus on is that weight loss calories. I want you to hit those calories and not go over it. And I want you to focus on protein, because protein is the most important, especially if we're in a calorie deficit. We want to be getting as much protein as possible. So aim for about 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for me, since I'm about 116, I'm going to want around, anywhere between 110 to 130 is perfect. So you want to get as much protein as possible. And yes, this is a lot of protein for the amount of calories that I have. So what that means also is that you need to have a good amount of protein in every meal that you're having. So every meal, minimum 20 to 30 grams of protein, if not more, but minimum 20 grams of protein. You should not be eating a meal that doesn't have protein, especially if you're in a calorie deficit, because you just don't have the calories for that. Okay, now the next thing you're gonna need on your cut is a scale. I went to go get my food scale for you guys to show you. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was maybe 20 to 40 bucks. I'll actually show you how to use this when I make my chili, because I'm going to weigh everything out for you. I'm going to show you how I meal prep my chili. But you need a food scale. You cannot lose weight without a food scale, because you need to understand what you're eating, the grams that you're eating, the amount of calories, the amount of protein in it. You need to be tracking. So you need to this is your best friend. This is your best friend, and you need to understand how to use it. So I'll teach you how to use it. You also want to measure everything that is going in your meals. So that's everything from your raw meat to your butter to your oil. You're measuring everything that's going in and you're tracking and calculating it. This, of course, is a bit of a learning process, and it takes a little bit to get the hang of it. But once you have it, it is such a good skill to have, because in the future, you honestly won't feel like you need to measure that accurately because you already kind of know what's in things, and you know by eye like how much a tablespoon is, you know how many grams things are. So like you can really kind of guesstimate in the future. But if you're just starting on your cut and you really want to lock in, honestly, even now, like I would consider myself like an advanced lifter and an advanced like calorie tracker, but I'm going to be totally tracking like everything that goes into my mouth, because I am locking in and I am making sure that I am hitting my calorie count and I'm making sure I'm losing weight. So I need to know exactly what's going in my food. So the next thing that you're going to need is an app or a way to track all of your calories for the day and all of your protein. I just use my calculator, but that means like you kind of have to just like remember what you've ate, but an app is so much easier. So if you have MyFitnessPal, it's probably the easiest. I use that one for years. So one thing that a lot of people do that is not good, they basically will search up like, okay, like chili, and then they'll choose someone else's chili and be like, okay, I ate 1 bowl of chili. And like, that's not accurate. So you're not accurately tracking your calories like that. You could be eating way more than you think that you are. So when I'm saying like input everything into FitnessPal, that means like how many grams of ground beef are you eating? How many grams of carrots are you eating? Like track literally everything, like how much butter is going in. So you're basically like weighing and measuring the ingredients, and you're kind of creating your meal based off of that. So you have like an accurate representation of how much your meal is. That's the only way you'll accurately get the amount of calories for your specific meal, because someone else's meal can be like totally wrong. Like they could be using like super high fat ground beef and you're using extra lean ground beef. Like that's such a big difference. So you have to track specifically like what you have and the ingredients you have. So at this point, you should know your maintenance calories, your cutting calories, and how to accurately track and manage your calorie intake throughout the day. Last thing I want to touch on before we get into making lunch is how to monitor your progress. Because this is super important too. You need to understand like how your body's responding to it, and then you can adjust based on that. What I want you to do is I want you to weigh yourself every morning, ideally before you put anything in your stomach, and you want to track that. So you want to say, okay, this date I weighed this much, and you want to do that every single day. You're going to notice that you fluctuate so much daily. So some days you might be like 3 pounds heavier and you're going to be like, oh my God, like this isn't working. That's really not an accurate way to see if you're losing weight. So you want to track it at least over like 2 to 3 weeks. What you're going to do is take the median after each week, and you're going to kind of compare from the weeks to see if you've lost that 1 to 2 pounds. So that's how you're going to actually see if what you're doing is working. Don't look at the daily fluctuations, because that has to do with like your water weight. It could have to do with your hormones or the food that you had yesterday. If you had more carbs, you'll be heavier the next morning. So it fluctuates so much over the day. So don't get discouraged if you see that you're like 3 pounds heavier one day than you were yesterday, that you didn't gain 3 pounds of fat. That's not possible. You just are holding way more water. Every time I eat like Big Way Hot Pot, I literally hold like 3 more pounds of water. It's crazy. I get so bloated. So what I'm trying to say is basically track your calories, monitor your weight, and adjust only after like 2 to 3 weeks. If you feel like you are not losing weight in the rate that you want to lose weight, then you can adjust and lower your calories. Okay, guys, let's get into lunch now. Okay, so this is one of my go-to lunches. Like I have been eating this for like months and I don't get sick of it. It's so good. It's literally just air fried chicken thighs and arugula salad. I'm obsessed with it. It's super low calorie, super high protein. It keeps you full over a long time, keeps you having a good amount of energy. And it's just so tasty. So let me show you how I make these chicken thighs. Every time I post this on my Instagram stories, I have so many people asking me how I make my chicken thighs because they're so good. It's literally like popcorn chicken. It's amazing. Like this is actually the fastest meal that I ever make. That's why I like making it during lunch, because it's just like so quick. So we have our boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We got 500 grams of this. Okay, I'm just gonna chop these up into small, like bite-sized pieces. So it's kind of like popcorn chicken. When you're on a cut, you're gonna wanna stick to low calorie, but high volume foods that kind of keep you full over the long run. It's just gonna make your cut so much easier because you won't feel like you have to cheat all the time and you're not gonna be so hungry For example, low calorie dense foods are foods like a lot of veggies, fruits with a lot of water content like watermelon, or like especially like leaves, so salads. Even soups are really good too, and protein. Protein keeps you full over a long period of time. So that's why you want to eat as much protein as possible. On the other hand, high calorie dense foods, those are things like nuts, butters, oil, sugars, processed foods, cookies, pasta, rice, those tasty things. Those are very, very easy to overeat in the amount of calories, and they have a lot of calories. So it's best to stay away from those because those will not keep you full, and they will take up a lot of your calories for the day. I just like to season this with salt and onion powder, and I'm a little messy, so I'm just gonna like literally put it on top of each one. And I put like a good amount of salt on each one. Like I don't cheap out on my salt. Like these need to be like popcorn, yummy chicken nuggets. And then I season with garlic powder. Amazing. Yes, made a mess. It's fine. We're going to clean it. Half of the seasoning is on the table, but it's okay. Now we're going to put this in the air fryer. We're going to air fry it on 350 for 26 minutes, and I'm going to flip it at the 12-minute mark. Make sure to flip it because it's not as good if you don't flip it. And while that's cooking, I'm going to prep the arugula salad. I usually just fill this bowl. So this is for 2 people. We're going to use about 69 grams of arugula, and then we're going to do a teaspoon of olive oil. Just add some salt and mix it all in. I like to top my arugula with Parmesan cheese. I'm going to take my scale, I'm going to put the plate on, and then I'm going to just sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. That is 5 grams of Parmesan cheese, or 6 grams, and I'm going to write that down for when I calculate the calories after. So I'm just waiting for my chicken to cook, but if you want to make sure that your cut is sustainable over the long run, and it's something that you can continuously do to maintain the new weight that you want, then you need to kind of be keeping your foods to whole foods. That's going to make it the most sustainable over the long run, because you're not going to be as hungry as if you were eating things like rice, or if you're eating things like pasta, because those don't keep you full. I'll kind of explain why. So whole foods, that means keeping your foods to mainly protein, veggies, fruits, and complex carbs. So complex carbs would be things like quinoa, beans, even like brown rice is better than white rice, but mainly just trying to limit the amount of simple carbs that you have. Simple carbs are rice, pasta, white bread. The reason why is because these simple carbs spike your blood sugar like a lot. So basically you have these really high peaks of blood sugar, you have a lot of energy, you're feeling great, you're feeling on top of the world, you're ready to go do your workout, but in a few hours you're gonna have a really low dip. So for that big blood sugar spike, you have a very, very low insulin drop, and when you get that low insulin drop, that's when you get ridiculously hungry. You're like, I need food right now. You get hangry, you get dizzy, you feel like you really, really need food, otherwise you're gonna pass out. That is because your insulin is so low and your energy is just so low that you need another insulin spike. So it's kind of honestly like it is a drug. Like insulin is a drug, sugar is a drug, and you crave more when you have it. Basically, if you don't have those crazy insulin spikes, so if you eat whole foods and you don't spike your blood sugar, so like this meal is not going to spike my blood sugar. It's literally just protein, veggies, and cheese, which is fat. So it's not going to spike my blood sugar. I'm going to have a good energy level throughout the whole day. I'm not going to have that insulin spike, so I'm not going to have that insulin dip where I get ridiculously hungry. If you continuously eat like this, you'll notice that your hunger is not like that painful pit in your stomach. You don't get super bloated, like you're just like, I need food so bad. It's so different, and it's more sustainable because you feel like you don't need to cheat as often. Another like super important thing is that if you don't feed your gut with those kinds of foods, you don't crave them. And this is crazy. So if you stop eating like cookies, if you stop eating rice, if you stop eating pasta, you don't crave it as much anymore because your gut microbiome changes, and it actually doesn't signal to your brain like, oh, I need this. It signals to your brain like, oh, I really want my chicken and arugula salad meal. It totally changes. Like it does take a while while, but you'll notice that like you stop craving that stuff and you start wanting to feel good. You'll notice how different you feel eating like this compared to eating foods with high simple carbs or any foods that are going to spike your blood sugar a lot. Like you're going to feel so different, and you'll only notice if you stop eating that and you switch to this kind of diet. Okay, so this is 200 grams of raw chicken. When I took the chicken out, I weighed the whole thing, and then I took 70 grams of it and gave Brendan 105 to basically like split it up, because the whole thing was 500 grams. He got 300 grams of raw chicken. I got 200 grams of raw chicken. So, okay, this is my gym fit. I just got changed for the gym. Got this cute little like sports bra on. I got this from like Urban Outfitters, I think, so long ago. It's kind of like a little lounging top, but I like the open back. And then these are from Aritzia. These are TNA. But yeah, this is my gym fit for today. I'm just about to head to the gym. I can't do too much, honestly, because of my whiplash. So from the accident, I was honestly like so lucky. The only thing that is kind of bothering me is my neck and like my upper back, but it's not like too bad. I feel like I only feel it at the end of the day after kind of like using my body throughout the day and stuff. So it's not too terrible, but I'm not allowed to do any like overhead pressing or anything like upper body related. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So I can't do handstands, which really sucks, or like any calisthenic skills or anything. My workouts for the next few weeks are going to be legs. So I love that I can still do legs. Honestly, that's like the biggest thing. So we're going to do legs and cardio. So cardio and legs is basically all I'm doing. Today is actually a cardio day. So I did want to speak about cardio because I am a lover of cardio. I love cardio, and I think it is so important and something that everyone should do, no matter if you're cutting or maintaining or gaining weight. Like, you should be doing cardio for your overall health and especially your heart health. On my cardio days, I really like to do an hour of cardio. I like to do 30 minutes of incline treadmill and then 30 minutes of HIIT cardio. Incline treadmill is like a steady state cardio, but HIIT, guys, I wanted to talk about HIIT because I love HIIT cardio, so high intensity interval training. So firstly, it burns way more calories than steady state cardio in a shorter amount of time. You're going so much harder. Your heart is beating so much faster. There's also what's called the afterburn effect, which is crazy, is that when you stop, you're still burning calories after you stop doing HIIT cardio for like hours after too. But yeah, do your cardio. Cardio is just so good for you, and it's going to help you just reach your cutting goals so much quicker. So let's get into it. Let's go to the gym and let's do some cardio. Okay, we're back from the gym. Now we're gonna make some chili. So we're gonna meal prep some chili. I'm gonna put it in the Instant Pot, and then we're gonna go for a walk because it can just cook by itself. This is so good. Like, this chili lasts us 8 meals, and it's the only thing that I can like meal prep and like actually bear the taste of. I usually don't like meal prepping, so I really only usually meal prep this and then like some shredded chicken that I did in my last What I Eat in a Day. That one's really good too. Let me walk you through how to make this. I'm also going to measure everything and show you how I track it. Okay, let's get started. So we got a tablespoon of oil in here. We're adding 1 onion. I'll usually cook the onions and then brown the beef. And browning the beef, that means like you don't fully cook the beef, you just like kind of cook it, so it's like a little brown. But we have a kilogram of extra lean ground beef here. That looks about brown, so I'm going to season now. Basically just put a bunch of salt. I'm going to put more of this like in the chili, but I like to have like the beef actually taste like chili too. Okay, so I'm just going to start chopping my veggies now. But I have all of the meat and the onions in the Instant Pot already on the scale. So once I finish chopping, I'm going to click 0 on the scale, add all of my carrots so I can weigh how much carrots are in the chili. At the same time, oh yeah, I'm drinking and Diet A&W root beer. I love to drink Diet Pop because it just helps so much with cravings, and like when you're hungry, it's so nice to drink something that's like tasty. It kind of just curbs the hunger a little bit. But yeah, that's also what I wanted to talk about is like, I'm not gonna make it seem like you're not going to be hungry. Like, you're definitely going to be hungry on a cut. Like, you're eating less than the calories that your body wants to maintain the weight that it's at right now. So obviously you are going to be hungry. And you just have to honestly be comfortable with being hungry. Like, it's not a bad thing to be hungry. And it's all just about like discipline to be able to be comfortable in that hunger and stay in it because you have certain goals that you're wanting to reach. I'm sucking at cutting this, aren't I? I always kind of say nothing tastes better than being lean, because being lean is just the best feeling, and feeling the best, like feeling your healthiest, feeling like you look the best, feeling the best on the inside, being able to do things and do like, it just feels better than anything to taste. Yeah, that's what I try to remind myself when I'm like, give me pizza, give me burgers. Okay, so we got everything prepared. Now I'm going to put each of the vegetables in and I'm going to weigh it. And I'm going to track it on my phone. We're going to do 1 kilogram of ground beef, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 onion. I should have honestly weighed the onion, but I didn't. I forgot. It's okay. It's fine. It's so small. That one is not a big deal. Okay, so we're going to first put the carrots in. It's on 0 right now, so 0 grams. Even though the beef is in there, you can reset it by just clicking the power. 500 grams of carrots. Now we're going to reset it and we're going to put all of the mushrooms in. 324 grams of mushrooms. 441 grams of celery. Now we have green peppers. 155. So I have 2 cans of red kidney beans. So I've used 2 of the whole cans. So I'm going to actually just calculate this after because it's got the calories on here and the protein on here as well. 1 full can of diced tomatoes with the juice all in there. And then 2 cans of tomato soup. I use the light tomato soup. It has less calories. For the seasoning, I really just like eye it, so, and I'll taste it when it's done and see if I need to add more. So we're just gonna like add a lot and hopefully it's enough. I think I usually add like 3 spoonfuls, maybe let's do 4 spoonfuls. And then I like my things salted good, so I put a lot of salt. Lots of salt. Now we're gonna mix this all up and then we'll put it in the Instant Pot. I usually just click chili and then that's it. It's gonna cook for 25 minutes, but it takes like 10 minutes, I think, to like build up the pressure, and then I'll cook for 25 minutes. So it's just gonna do its thing. Probably gonna go for a walk, and then I'll be back to portion everything out, split it up into 8 meals, and then we'll eat dinner. And I'll have food for like a bunch of days. I love that. It always scares me. I don't like doing this. Oh, look how good this chili looks. Oh my God. Oh, one thing I love about chili is how full it keeps you. It's actually ridiculous. Like, a bowl of chili will keep you full for like so long. That's why it's the ultimate cutting hack. I got the leanest when I was eating chili like every day. First thing I'm going to do is actually split this up into 4 containers, and then I'm going to split this one into 2. I think each one should be about like 1,000. Okay, there we go. So each one of these is 2 meals. I'm going to put 2 in the fridge, and then I'm going to freeze 1 just in case we don't eat it fast enough. And then this is obviously for me and Brendan for tonight. So we're going to eat this right now, and then I'll be back for the sweet treat tonight. Okay, so it's time for the sweet treat of the night. We have the sweet treats in the morning with the high protein banana chocolate chip muffins. I don't go without those. I got 2 of those in the morning always. The muffins are amazing. You need to try those. The recipe is in my last What I Eat in a Day if you want to check that out. And then I always end my night with a Ninja Creami. I will show you guys how to make it. My base recipe, I actually have that on my Instagram. So you can head to my Instagram. I have the recipe there. But this just shows that you don't need to cut out sweet treats if you're cutting. Like, you can make them low calorie and high protein. Like, this Ninja Creami is only 350 calories and like 37 grams of protein. Like, it is a good meal. Like, that's a lot of protein and it's so tasty. Okay, we're ready for Ninja Creami. I'm excited. Let's go. So we take this out for 10 minutes. I'm going to let it defrost on the counter, and then I'm going to run it under hot water for 1 minute, just along the edges and the bottom to get like the icy parts off of the sides. Now I'm just going to prepare the mix in. So for tonight, we're going to do 3 Oreos mixed into each one. When it's put in with the mix-in feature, it like crunches it up and makes it like an Oreo McFlurry. It's so good. I have these local raspberries. They're so amazing. We're going to do 50 grams of raspberries, and I'm just gonna like stir these in after the creamy's done. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do like a couple more. Yeah, we'll do 62 grams. So I always run my creamies first on light ice cream. Okay, so it's gonna look like that, and then we're gonna take all the ice cream off of the sides, push it all down, and then I make a hole in the middle. And I'll stick all of the 3 Oreos right in the middle. So it kind of looks like that. I hope you can see that. Okay, and then we click mix in, and it's going to crunch it all up and make it an Oreo McFlurry creamy. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but it's a perfect Oreo McFlurry. I was going to call it McCreamy. I should call it Oreo McCreamy. I'll show you a close up in a second. It's going to be an Oreo McCreamy. Look at that. Oh. Now we're just going to take these raspberries and we're going to mix it in and crunch them up. Look. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, I almost dropped it. This is your sign that you need a Ninja Creamy. 350 calories, 37 grams of protein. That is all for this video, guys. I hope you like my what I eat in a day. I hope you learned a lot about cutting and you feel motivated to lock into your cut and to reach your goals. If it has, like this video. If you have any questions, you can always put them in the comments. I love answering comments and I love seeing your guys' comments. Don't forget to subscribe to me for more what I eat in a days and anything to do with fitness, especially glute building or any calisthenics when I'm not injured. I will do more calisthenics stuff for you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I'll see you in my next video.